Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, we have a very, very, very special guest with us today. Right-handed pitcher in the Dodgers organization, Michael Grove joins. Michael, I think this is like the fourth time you've come in for an interview, so you're so gracious with your time, so thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun.
Okay, so last time you came in, you said your number one goal was to make the postseason roster. That's something you did, and you were very successful in the postseason. So talk about that. That was really cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty special just to be a part of that group that got to play against Arizona there, and like you said, I got to accomplish one of my personal goals as well. And it's something that's a little bit different than pitching in the regular season. So I was really thankful to be able to kind of experience that.
Okay, so your last outing in the playoffs, you came off the field and you had gotten yourself out of a pretty big situation. So was that more excitement? Was it more relief, or was it just a simple focus that you still had going on?
I guess all three. Definitely it's one of those moments where you just have some emotions built up. Obviously a big situation for me and for the team at that point. So I was happy to get out of that unscathed and keep us in the game.
You knew that last year that you were going to have to be very, very flexible with the role that the Dodgers gave you. That proved to be true. You started some, you piggybacked some, you came in middle relief some, you came towards the end of the game some. So talk about that role and what that was like for you.
Yeah, it was a learning curve. It was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I got to experience a bunch of different things that I think are going to help me down the line, and got to kind of learn how to prepare differently for different roles. So it was a good learning experience.
Your last 10 outings and then your 2 outings in the playoffs were all out of the pen. You only allowed runs in 2 of those outings. So it just seemed to me like you got more and more comfortable as you went on, as the season went on, and by the end of the year had quite a bit of confidence. Would that be correct?
Yeah, just kind of looking at the season as a whole and kind of picking and choosing which little moments I had success, and then towards the end of the season, just almost throwing out like what my traditional game plan would be, and just going with what was working during the season. And so that's when you saw a lot more sliders and that sort of thing, where I was just trying to attack, one hitter at a time.
When you say slider, do you add cutter into that, or are you specifically saying the slider and cutter is different?
They're different. My best pitch the whole season was my slider, so I was really leaning on that towards the end of the year.
So was your cutter, was that, the rumor was the cutter was really big so you can have a pitch towards left-handers and then have another pitch to get in the zone. How big was that cutter that you added?
Yeah, it was really big. Like you said, especially for the lefties, just something harder that was moving in on their hands. So opened up a little bit of the inner half of the plate for me.
You've always had big-time stuff. You've always been in the strike zone with your stuff. But, hey, in your last 12 outings, you only allowed, I believe, like 1 home run. So that was really huge for you. So what could you attribute to that?
I think, again, it's just the focus kind of on throwing my best stuff all the time, instead of, feeling like I needed to attack hitters a certain way. It's just whatever's working, just keep going with it. And I think the mindset flip being in the pen was just, you don't have to save anything. You just go out there and throw your best stuff. And obviously keeping the ball in the park's a big thing in this game. So I was, glad to have a little success at the end of the year.
Last time we talked about that eureka moment where you stand on the mound, you throw a pitch, and you go, hey, I'm good enough to be here. My stuff plays at this level. And then you kind of go the next level where hitters have a book on you. They figure you out for a little bit. Then you have to make adjustments. So was that process a little bit more complicated than you thought it was going to be, just about what you thought it was, or how did that go for you?
Yeah, it was frustrating at times. It was times when I felt like I was adjusting and it wasn't necessarily showing up in the box score. And, kind of just trying to keep my nose to the grindstone and just keep going with it. And towards the end of the year, it turned a little bit for me, and I'm hoping to capitalize on that momentum.
No doubt. And it has been a big offseason for the Dodgers. You mentioned momentum. This team has a lot of momentum. You have a ton of momentum coming into the offseason. So talk about how you took that momentum into the offseason and how you're using that to prepare for next season.
I think I have a little bit of clarity with just my arsenal this year finally, and what I'm trying to do, and just little things that I can try now, and I feel like I have the tools. So trying to, just get as consistent as I can these next few weeks leading up to the start of camp. So, but like you said, we've had some really cool additions, and it's a fun time to be a Dodgers fan right now.
What's it like to be a teammate of all these really cool guys? Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, all these guys that have become, just the Dodgers that just become the talk of all the sports. What's it like to be a part of that? That's got to be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I still haven't met most of these guys, or most of the guys we've added at least. So I'm excited to, get in the clubhouse and start making some relationships with those guys. And I'm sure the media presence is going to be crazy in spring. So it's going to be a lot of energy at Camelback Ranch, and I'm excited for that.
I can only imagine what a team chat is like when you're actually discussing the fact that you signed 2 players for $1 billion. That must be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a little fun with it. There's just so much money flying around that you almost have to laugh. And obviously, it's awesome for those 2 guys for sure, and Tyler as well. So we got a lot of money spent this off season, and so it's fun.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Okay, so adjustments in the offseason. Is there any adjustments to the mix? Are there any adjustments to the sequencing? Anything that you're working on maybe that you want for adjustments for starting 2024?
I think it's just, sticking with the same arsenal, keeping the cutter in there, and then just trying to move my pitches around and use them in different ways instead of being like one-dimensional with them. Trying to access the right side of the zone as well with breaking balls, and open it up a little bit for myself. So, yeah, just some small focus work going on, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So tell us what Michael Grove does in the offseason. You had a lot of success coming out of last year, a lot of momentum. What has your routine been? Where are you at? What are you doing with your time in the offseason?
So I'm down in Tampa. I love it down here, playing some golf, been cooking some, and just working out every day. So playing some video games. So I have a lot of downtime, but I enjoy that.
Yeah, you don't get any downtime in the 6 or 7 months that you're in season, right? So you got to take advantage of that over the winter, don't you?
Yep, you got to spot out a little bit.
No doubt about that. Okay, so going into next season, have you had that conversation about what your role might be? Do you have any clue?
No, I'm preparing the same way that I always do, which is I'll be ready to start if need be, and we can pivot from there if that's the case.
All right, Michael, you ready to answer some fun questions so Dodgers fans can get to know you a little bit better?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. All right, what is the most excited and most relieved, it may be at the same moment, that you've ever been leaving a major league mound?
Without a doubt, that playoff game, just leaving everybody on base is a good feeling.
No doubt. You came off the field, and I don't know you real well, but I've talked to you now 4 times, and I saw you in college, and you took that big sigh right as you got you could just tell it was like an exhale, like, okay, man, cool, I got out of that. So that was really cool, right?
No doubt. Yep.
Okay, number 2, what is your biggest superstition in terms of your routine on the days that you pitch?
On like a start day, I always eat pretty much the same breakfast around the same time. So that's kind of, my start to the day. I wake up around 9:30 and go grab breakfast around 10:15, and it's always like an omelet. So that's my thing.
Oh, fantastic. Do you make your own omelets, or is there a go-to where you go get them?
No, I'll go somewhere local out in like Pasadena.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay, so on your days off, what is your go-to that you get to do that you don't get to do on days that you pitch?
I try to golf if it fits in my schedule, if I don't have to pitch too close after that. But if not, I'm pretty much just vegging, playing some video games probably.
Can you beat Ryan Pepio in golf?
It depends on the day. If he's hitting it straight, then no, that guy bombs it.
You might be able to get him in putting, though. He says he's not a very good putter, right?
Yeah, I can roll it a little bit.
Okay, nice. They say you drive for the dough and putt for the dough. So, okay, describe your professional career to this point with the Dodgers in 1 to 2 sentences.
I would say hurdle after hurdle and trying to overcome.
Very well done. I would totally agree with that. Okay, Coach McLeod, your coach there back at Wheeling Park High School in Wheeling, West Virginia, who played in the A system, and then Coach Maisie there at West Virginia, Henny at the AA level, and Shu down there at the single A level as well. And then he played for Travis some, going back and forth from AAA. And Dave, what's one thing that they would all say about Michael Grove?
I would like to think that they would say that I'm consistent in how I approach every day. I think I show up the same guy most days, so that's something I take some pride in, and I would hope that they would say that.
What's the fastest pitch you threw last year? Do you know the top end velo?
98. Something.
98. Nice, very nice. Okay, so if you could have any superhero power, some would say being able to throw a baseball at 98 miles an hour is a superhero power, but if you could add one, which one would it be and why?
I mean, I think anything besides flying is crazy. Like, I don't know. I just think that flying would be sick. I don't think there's any other superhero power that is better than that.
Do you have any kind of crazy talent outside of baseball?
No, not anything insane, I don't think. I'm a decent ping pong player.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay. And that's big in the clubhouse, too. Ping pong, cards, and video games. Those are all big, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so last question for me, Michael. I know you're super busy, and we'll let you get back to whatever it is that you need to be doing in your off season there in Tampa. But you have made your dreams come true to become a Major League Baseball player, a young man from Wheeling, West Virginia, kind of a Friday Night Lights type of feel to a town. As a matter of fact, I think last time you told me you might have been the only professional baseball player to come out of that high school, maybe other than your coach, Coach McLeod. You continue to live that dream every day that you're on a professional baseball roster. So there had to have been a lot of people that have helped you along the way. This is your time to thank them, Michael.
Yeah, I think that outside of obviously my coaches and with McLeod and Maisie and everyone else along the way, you know, obviously my parents and my family, my support system has been amazing throughout my entire journey. Just, you know, from when I was 5 playing t-ball until now, just the opportunities that they've given me and the support has been amazing. And also just teammates, even going back to travel ball and, you know, Pike Cubs, which was when we were like 8 years old. It's like I still keep in touch with some guys I played with way back then. So just I have a lot of people at home that I know are rooting for me, and they reach out all the time. So again, just the support that I get, I really do appreciate.
No doubt about it. You have been known to show up at state tournament games for Wheeling Park High School and way back when, not now. Obviously, you get paid too much to do this, but to go back and throw some BP to the boys there at Wheeling Park, too. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay, Michael. Hey, yeah, no doubt about it. Michael Grove, you were such a wonderful young man. Been following you for a long, long time. Super enjoyed getting to follow your career. And wanted to say, man, super proud of you. Great job, Michael. Keep grinding.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.